Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do finally the last issue of Majestic, issue number 4 by DC Comics. I do not like the series, and I'm glad it's over. So let's dive in and see if it's worth it or not. So yeah, in the last issue, there's a monster. Majestic is fighting him. Who he is, I don't know. We get a little bit of an explanation that he is coming from the bleed. And the bleed is some kind of portal or dimension like the negative zone or the phantom zone, whatever, and seeking out Majestic for whatever reason. I totally skipped this part when it comes to reading, but it doesn't matter. So we have a small little background what happened here. So they're having a fight. The art looks good. Like I said, it's not too intrusive or bad. At least it has backgrounds. But, I don't know. I just do not feel this whole character. Like I explained in my other free reviews, if you don't know what it is, just check it out and you might get up to date or not. But maybe you want to subscribe to my channel. That'll be fun. Thank you so much. Battling, trashing the house. Ellen and her son are in danger. And then out of nowhere, the Eradicator comes. So I thought, hey, he's going to attack Majestic. But no, he's going to attack this thing here. And he also asked Majestic for help, which in my opinion is a little bit out of character for the Eradicator. The Eradicator is more like a stoic computer guy, doesn't ask much for help, but I do not know everything of the Eradicator. Maybe he's changed, maybe he has now some kind of a human personality. I do not know. So we go back in time to his home planet. So the alarms are going off and the Daemonites has entered the bastion. And he says, run, Elon, hide yourself. This is warrior's work. So he cuts these creatures in two, and his buddy is also helping him. And then he says, Javen, watch your back. They had time to alter themselves. They could be any of us. So he slashes this creature in half. Then he looks at Elon, and without any hesitation, he kills it. Well, the real Elon watches. Okay. How do you know this wasn't the real one? We come back to a little bit later. Meanwhile, it seems that, from what I've known, the Eradicator, these two has battled each other before. Eradicator, quote unquote, defeated the Eradicator. He reassembled himself, not really with parts, but he did a hard reset. So somehow he is now more knowledgeable. He's more, he has more knowledge about the bleed and the Karens and the Daemonites and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe he just flipped the switch and now the portal to the internet is open to him. I don't know. It's all very weird. So they're battling the demon. The monster. It's not really a demon. So what is the big problem here? So it seems, according to the Eradicator, wait a minute. It says it is acting as a conductor for time-space distortion. Reality around us is spreading. So I don't know what that means. Well, I can figure it out, but why? I have no idea. So it seems that this creature is going to implode a part of the reality in a couple of minutes, and they take about, according to, 5 square feet from where they are now, and taking, I don't know how many people with them. Is it 5? Let me double check. Probably more than 5, right? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, 5 square feet. Okay, I was right all along. Sorry. The danger is imminent. So the battle goes on, and then we see this. Then this looks pretty cool. And it says reality is tearing it open, and people are getting start to sucked in because some kind of a gravity. So Majestic sees that this is also a portal to the bleed. Well, I explained it before. well, if he goes into the bleed, he can find his real home, his real universe, come back. But then he also thinks about, the people are here. And he says, well, if I go away, who is going to save the world or this particular part? Well, we have always Superman and other billions of superheroes, so you don't have to worry about that, Majestic. But I get it. They are not here. You are here with the Eradicator. So he have to make a decision. And we all know what the decision is going to be. It's not that hard. So he thinks back, and he, we see this as part of his past, of his world, and his company is torn. I mean, the writer tries to be, like, oh man, he's so much pain. He doesn't know what to do. Come on. We all know how it's going to end. So meanwhile, going back, now, this is probably the most interesting part of this whole comic. So Elon is here, and she says, you just killed me. The Daemonite, yes. But you didn't know that. You took no chances. And she says, my love, don't. You are a warrior, Majestic, a warlord of Kira. I knew that from the start, but only now do I understand what it means. Total dedication to the cause. A martial training so strong it can overcome all attachments and feelings. And you would have sooner have slain me by mistake than allowed a Daemonite to remain alive with the higher halls of Kira. One innocent life in exchange for many. That's always the warrior's choice. Now, this is something I didn't know. This is probably, like I said, the most interesting part of Majestic's, of this whole series. We see a glimpse of how he was trained, how his, beliefs in the training, in his warrior program is, and what he needs to do to protect the Empire. But we didn't see that through this whole book because, well, like I explained before my other comics, it's not really compelling. And now at the very end, we see some parts, but for me, it's too little too late. Okay, let's move on. So he picks up the creature because he wants to stay here. And he is throwing him, of course, into this portal. The portal implodes or something, and there's a tornado and Eradicator, and, he's been sucked in. And then, Majestic saves him. Of course, that's the only logical outcome here. And so they save the day. And so the danger is gone. And the next day they are gonna, rebuild the house. Because now everything is okay again. And these, his Ellen and his son are not afraid anymore. They think, hey, it's all fine and dandy. So, and they spoke about the past, etc., about his former lover called Ella. And he says, she and I parted. I believe she was eventually married into another Kira noble house. Okay, like I said, I do know nothing about the Kiran houses or that particular universe or their culture, but I always believed that everyone in a noble house were warriors. I could be wrong. So doesn't that mean Ellen just married another guy with the same mentality and, training as Majestic? Doesn't that it makes no difference then? I could be totally wrong. I'm just making stuff up, but that's what I had in my head. Anyway, so Superman comes in and they have a talk with each other with the Eradicator. And that leads us to, this is the end of the series, by the way. But there's a new series coming out with Majestic and Superman and Eradicator that I'm definitely not going to buy. So yeah, is this good? No, of course not. It's pretty boring. Although I must say, Monster is interesting, but not really that interesting. Eradicator is more of a side character just for, for the show, for helping. And the only thing that I found interesting was the part that I just spoke earlier. So I give it a down. Glad it's over. Let's move on to the next comics, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Leave a comment. Share my video. And all that jazz. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.